Right now, after a rooftop party ends in gunfire at a high-end downtown apartment complex, we try to get answers from property managers and owners about security concerns and access to the building.
And we are tracking another first warn alert day that begins tomorrow. Going into Thursday, more stormy weather. We'll track it for you coming up.
And we'll hear from Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes to learn what local law enforcement agencies are doing to solve issues with gun violence in our area.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Thank you for staying with us at 5 tonight. Here's a live look at the Beltline during this busy rush hour. It's clear around Madison right now, but we did see some rain earlier this afternoon.
Well, moving pretty good at John Nolan Drive right now. That might be a glimpse, though, of what we can expect. Alert days are in the forecast for the next couple days. Could see some storms tomorrow evening in our viewing area. Now, for more on the timing, let's get a look at our first warn forecast. The meteorologist Kelly Slifka is out on the weather patio. Kelly?
Yeah, you know, the storms that are going to be rolling in tomorrow, they're going to be scattered in nature, but a lot of times when they get that isolated structure, that's when they can be fairly intense. And this really won't be until later tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, especially areas to the west of Madison. Then again on Thursday, all of southern Wisconsin, at least there's several rounds of some storms rolling through. Right now, our radar 3000, things are fairly quiet. We had that band of light showers that rolled through about 2, 3 o'clock here in the Madison area. That has now moved on to the east, and things are quiet. But we can't rule out a spotty shower popping up going in the afternoon. This is our radar. You can see we're not really picking up too much across southern Wisconsin. Most of that we had earlier did fizzle. And this is actually our future track radar, not really picking up much. If you do encounter a shower, it'd be very brief and very light, just likely to be a sprinkle. So late Wednesday and Thursday, we are expecting some more stormy conditions, and it's going to be warming up. Definitely going to feel like summer. We're going to have not only the warm temperatures, but also that humidity, which we really haven't seen yet this season so far, but that will likely be with us going through the later part of the week into the weekend. And it looks like with that humidity in place, we're going to be feeling like summer. We do have the storm threat throughout much of next week. So strong sphere of potential all of southern Wisconsin. This will be mainly later tomorrow afternoon, especially west of Madison. Then the overnight period for all of southern Wisconsin, and that could linger into Thursday as well. Not too bad. 72 right now in Madison, even though we do have cloudy skies right now. 72 in Middleton. It is currently 73 down to the south in Fitchburg. Count on fairly quiet weather this evening. There might be a brief shower passing through. Don't let that hamper any outdoor activities this evening. Temperatures dropping from the 70s and the 60s. More on that first warn alert day tomorrow coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you for these upcoming alert days. Make sure to stay up to date with the latest conditions by downloading our free First Warn Forecast weather app. It has hourly forecasts, road conditions, and the latest radar. Just search WISC weather in your phone's app store. Concerns about the security of a downtown apartment complex comes after an unauthorized rooftop party ended in gunfire.
12 in all were injured at the Lux apartment building, and our Maddie Heimsch goes to the top to address the complex's security concerns here. Maddie?
That's right, Susan, Eric. Tenants of the complex say that while gunfire outside their apartment is, of course, unusual, strangers coming in and out causing problems really isn't.
It was swiped to unlock. Like, I can open it right now.
Tenants of the Lux tell me the rooftop gathering space is regularly occupied by non-residents. Online reviews show complaints about building security go back more than 5 years.
Most of these apartment buildings do not have an on-site manager. Most managers actually don't live in the building. So if it's something that occurs after hours, it really we really need the cooperation and the pre-planning of someone to ensure that we can get a key holder out, or someone to access cameras, or someone who is responsible.
The Lux is owned by an international housing company called Yugo. Yugo owns 110 properties across 9 countries. So when public safety issues arise out of one of the complexes, who answers for it? What is the balance between the city's responsibility and now this management company's responsibility?
There is a review, an ongoing review, and it's referred to as continuing jurisdiction. So that would ensure that a development needs to operate as approved by the city's plan commission.
When the property was proposed to the City of Madison Planning Committee back in 2014, commitments included a rooftop management plan and on-site management and security. We got a hold of that management plan. It reads in part, quote, "The security key fob system within the building will only allow residents to access the rooftop between the hours of 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. But according to residents, there is no internal security system in the building.
There's no like elevator, like key tap thingy. As long as like you're in the building, you're pretty much, you can go anywhere, yeah.
We've reached out to the YouGo management team several times by email and phone to ask about their security systems and have not heard back.
All right, we'll keep bugging them. Maddie, thank you. Now to an update on the drive-by shooting that injured 2 people on Sunday night.
Today, police have identified 37-year-old Jerome Jacobs as a person of interest. Jacobs was last seen by police in Eau Claire today, resulting in a shelter-in-place there for part of the day. But after an extensive search, they did not find him. That shelter in place has since been lifted. Jacobs is wanted in connection to the shooting on Andrew Way and Trafalgar Place that injured 2, leaving 1 in critical condition. Jacobs currently has a felony warrant.
And recent shootings in Madison have sparked a question: what are local law enforcement agencies doing to prevent gun violence in the city?
Jalen Banks spoke with Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes to get those answers. Jalen, what did you learn?
Susan and Eric, over the past decade, Madison police, they've covered nearly 800 guns. And Police Chief Sean Barnes says this includes guns turned into the department due to age or mental health concerns. In a study done by Public Health Madison and Dane County, half of adults report being impacted by gun violence either directly or indirectly. And speaking to Chief Barnes, he says the department is doing all it can to get that number down. And part of those efforts is getting in neighborhoods to connect with youth.
They've been doing work in some of our schools. They've been doing programming. They've been in Tree Lane, other areas in the city, and they've been welcome because they're trying to meet the kids where they are. It's not a perfect science, and certainly we can use more people, but I like our plan. I like what we're doing.
Additionally, each district captains have planned and identified areas, and the department has gang neighborhood crime and abatement teams. For a full look at the health agency's gun violence study, you can find it on our website at channel3000.com.
All right, Jalen, thank you. Last year was a record-breaking year for Wisconsin tourism. Governor Tony Evers announcing the tourism industry generated $25 billion in total revenue. That breaks the record of $23.7 billion set in 2022, a huge bounce back after the pandemic. It's been a big emphasis for Governor Evers, investing nearly $34 million to establish Wisconsin as a premier business, cultural, and recreational destination. Taking a closer look into the numbers, the department says the Badger State welcomed 113 million visits. That's nearly 2 million more than in 2022.
Sun Prairie Public Library took its first steps to growth in that community. Bright and early this morning, the library held a groundbreaking for an expansion project. The new library helps to provide spaces to a community that continues to grow every year. This afternoon, area residents got a first-hand glimpse of what's coming, even getting the opportunity to participate in the groundbreaking as they were encouraged to bring their own plastic shovels.
It's taken us a lot of endurance to get to this point, and we're here now, and it's happening. And it just means that we just feel seen and feel supported, and the community is just as excited as the library staff is.
The library is expected to be complete by March of 2026, and the project is funded by a collaboration between the Public Library and the Sun Prairie Public Library Foundation, which is holding a $3.5 million fundraising effort to continue the expansion.
Meanwhile, a new hotel is opening up in downtown Madison later this month. The Embassy Suites has been under construction since April of 2022. It will feature 262 rooms with all of them 2-room suites. It's part of the larger Judge Doyle Square project that is also designed to host conventions, businesses, and political events in the future. It's located right downtown on South Pinckney Street, just a few steps from the Capitol and Monona Terrace.
This facility will help the Monona Terrace and Destination Madison, along with the Hilton, attract larger groups to the area. And from an economic development perspective, all the business that drives to the bars and restaurants and shops will be accretive to the downtown community.
Reservations for the grand opening are all booked. The Embassy Suites is accepting reservations for June 27th and beyond.
Next tonight at 5, with the first week of summer underway for many households in our area, questions about keeping our kids healthy are bound to appear, and that's why UW Health is sharing some tips on how to do that. The biggest thing is keep your kids in a regular routine, and that includes good structure of sleeping and eating, and that structure could come from hobbies or even a summer job. Another big issue to discuss with them is social media use.
Spending too much time on social media may negatively impact them and be spending less time outside. However, there are certain trends on social media that may encourage them to go outside, including exploring nature, getting involved in physical activities, or volunteer experiences.
Experts say it's okay to let your kids use social media for some time, but make sure they put it down and get outdoors to enjoy the summer weather.
Scooping ice cream or mowing lawns, summer jobs are a good way for students to make a little cash and build their skill set. More than 2 million high school and college students are expected to work summer jobs or internships this year. Industries hiring for those right now include leisure and hospitality, retailers, camp counselors, lifeguards, and of course, babysitters. Those last three categories are especially in demand in popular summer communities.
There are some industries that are very difficult to break into, and an internship can be an entry card. But gang, listen, we know how much student debt is a burden, and we know how much kids are really trying to help themselves get a foot forward. So I think paid jobs can really help that.
Summer employment is also a great way for teens and college students to build skills and determine what kind of workplace environment appeals to them. They can also challenge themselves to multitask and navigate customer service interactions and bosses.
As summer vacation season switches into high gear, more people are opting for shorter vacations closer to home instead of traveling out of state or abroad. A new survey reveals only 1 in 3 Americans used all of their paid time off last year. Nearly 2/3 feel taking more frequent short vacations would be more restful than going on a few longer ones. And that coincides with the rise of a new trend called day guesting, where people use a hotel or resort's facilities like pools and spas, even rooms, for just one day.
I think a lot of that has to do with less of the logistics involved and the often far travel. And they get to just focus on the actual vacation brain that you get when you're experiencing kind of days of escapism, rather than some of the negative externalities associated with planning a longer trip.
Well, in the poll, 85% of Americans said they feel recharged after taking just one day off. And most Americans only take 1.6 vacations a year. The survey of 2,000 adults was conducted just last month. Meteorologist Kelly Slivka returns next at 5, his complete First Warn forecast.
And the verdict is in after the felony gun trial against Hunter Biden. We'll have the details and what's next in the case.
Mixed numbers in Tuesday trading on Wall Street. The Dow losing almost 121 points. The Nasdaq jumps 151. S&P 500 closes up 14.5. And we'll be right back.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Mastercraft makes great doors inside and out. Choose from our in-stock selection or design your door your way in store or on Menards.com. This steel exterior door system is $299.99 after rebate. Transform your space with Shaw vinyl plank flooring. It's waterproof, durable, and features an attached pad for added comfort. Manor Hill vinyl plank flooring is $299 a square foot after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Turn your old deck into dollars. You can trade in your old deck and earn cash back towards a brand new deck that is backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. All you have to do is visit tradeinmydeck.com, answer a few quick questions, and you'll see your estimated trade-in value instantly. Visit tradeinmydeck.com.
All month long here on Buzzed in Madison, we are celebrating Wisconsin farmers. That's right. This week, we're headed to Jazzy Jerseys in Lodi, and just maybe you'll get to see Lily right here on Buzzed in Madison. WISC TV3.
A lot of law firms claim to be experts at handling injury cases that involve large trucks. But handling one trucking case does not make you an expert on the subject. Experience matters in these cases. One local firm has handled 25 trucking cases which resulted in payments over $1 million each, and hundreds of others as well. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Why was it important to have Pella match the look of your home?
I love that I have a home that just can't be made anymore. It's 100 years old, it's a historic district, and we didn't want to ruin the look by having modern windows in an older home. I had a vision for what I wanted our home to look like. When I found out that Pella had an architecturally accurate product line, they simply guided us and helped us to make a great decision for our home.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 48 months. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Every week it costs more to feed my family.
Prices are just out of control.
Boy, inflation is really hurting us. It's got to stop.
Career politicians like Biden and Baldwin just don't get it. They're making things harder for folks here in Wisconsin. By stopping the crazy spending that caused inflation and cutting red tape, we can bring prices down. It's time for a change. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message. I'll get the job done for Wisconsin families.
An outside chance for a strong storm on your Tuesday evening, but better chances for strong storms Wednesday and Thursday. The latest details on those storms at 6.
Then the recent shooting at the Lux apartment sparks outrage over security. We hold the management company accountable tonight at 6.
The nation's top call for action team is going strong at News 3 Now, with more than 160 cases closed and over $444,000 recovered. If you need help moving forward, call for action only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now, voted Station of the Year 2023 by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
A jury in Delaware found Hunter Biden guilty on federal gun charges today.
After 3 hours of deliberations, the historic verdict on the president's son was delivered to a courtroom filled with members of the Biden family. Cole Higgins has more on the verdict.
President Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, was found guilty of 3 charges in federal court Tuesday. This is the first time in history a child of a sitting president has been convicted in federal court.
No one in this country is above the law. Everyone must be accountable for their actions, even this defendant.
All 3 charges related to illegally buying and possessing a gun while abusing or being addicted to drugs. Prosecutors accused Biden of lying about his drug use on a federal form in 2018 when he bought a revolver in Delaware. Biden had pleaded not guilty. Now he faces up to 25 years in prison and a fine of up to $750,000 when he is sentenced, though he is likely to receive far less than the maximum as a first-time offender.
This case was not just about addiction. This case was about the illegal choices defendant made while in the throes of addiction.
Members of the Biden family, including First Lady Jill Biden, were in the Wilmington, Delaware courtroom throughout the trial, showing support for Hunter. During closing arguments, the prosecution was quick to remind jurors the famous family's support shouldn't impact their decision. I'm Cole Higgins reporting.
All right, time now to get a look at your first warn forecast. Meteorologist Kelly Slifka joining us once again out on the weather patio. Kelly?
Yeah, we've got fairly quiet weather right now. This evening we did have that band of some light showers that passed through about 1:30, 2 o'clock. Can't rule out a spotty shower yet this evening, but in general, most of this has now moved on to the east, and we're kind of trapped in this warmer sector. I've noticed the temperature really starting to come up here over the last couple of hours as we are starting to see some warmer temperatures return to southern Wisconsin. May see a brief shower. If you do, don't cancel your plans. It won't last real long, maybe 15 minutes or so, and they'll be very isolated this evening. But it's going to get stormy later tomorrow afternoon, and then again later tomorrow night into Thursday morning, possibly even into Thursday afternoon. We'll track that for you coming up. And it's going to start to turn warmer already beginning tomorrow. We're going to see temperatures well into the 80s. So the rain chances tonight, very slim, and most of tomorrow, pretty slim as well. It won't be until the late afternoon hours, a little bit closer toward the dinner hour, and then beyond that in the Madison area that we'll have those chances start to ramp up. It's kind of just determined out where these storms initially start to fire up. It looks like they'll start to fire up to our north and west over Minnesota and Iowa, but some of those will be creeping into western Wisconsin, and that should start to taper off by Thursday morning. All right, we'll actually start to see a little bit of clearing, but you know, so future track does want to pop up a shower or maybe even an isolated thunderstorm up there in Adams-Juneau County. As mentioned, these would be very isolated and very brief this evening. Do have a first warn alert day for the potential of some of these strong to severe storms developing already later tomorrow afternoon, especially west of Madison, and then area-wide as we go through the overnight into early Thursday morning. Can't roll out another round on Thursday, later in the day Thursday, and that's just depending on a cold front that's going to be arriving and how the atmosphere is going to set up as that cold front arrives. Now, tomorrow, the main threat is going to be the northwest. You see that yellow shading up there toward where the eye divisor in Toma, La Crosse area, that yellow shading, that's a slight risk of severe weather on a scale of 1 to 5. That's category 2. We're under a marginal risk basically from Madison areas to the west. That's the lowest. That actually shifts a little bit further to the south as we go into Thursday as that cold front moves into southern Wisconsin. Right now, we're not picking up much on our radar 3000. There have been a few blips up there in Green Lake County, occasionally up there toward Fond du Lac, but that's all we've been seeing on our Doppler 3000. So we're not really expecting much this evening. Now, tomorrow morning, starting off dry, probably some sunshine, and noticing already later in the morning, temperatures up close to 80. So it's going to be a much warmer day, but that will fuel some of these storms that will roll on in. I know this looks like a mess at 7 o'clock. It might be a little bit overdoing it. This computer model tends to overdo convective activity, and it looks like mainly western parts of the state have the best chance of seeing some of these stronger storms developing tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Then I think we'll get another cluster that will arrive toward midnight coming in from the north and west. This one does have the potential of producing some large hail and damaging winds. And then as we're waking up Thursday morning, a lot of that activity is out of here. And then we'll just have to see how the atmosphere sets up as that cold front arrives later in the day on Thursday. All right, 73 right now in Madison. It's 73 in Janesville. The Adele 74, where they've seen that sun out there to the west in basketball, already up close to 80. 73 in Madison, 73 in Middleton, while it's 71 currently in Sun Prairie. All right, we do have a first warn alert day because of that chance of those storms that will be arriving later in the day tomorrow, and then again Thursday. Then we quiet down a little bit. We'll actually drop the humidity by Friday. Saturday, I think most of that storm chance will be later in the evening hours into the overnight period. And look at these temperatures next week, definitely feeling like summer with upper 80s and chances of storms pretty much all of next week. All right, our first warn traffic, taking a look at some of the roads that we have out there this evening. We've had some minor slowdowns down to the south along the Beltline. We do have a crash there, right there near Whitney Way. We're seeing a crash that may be causing some delays there on the Beltline near Whitney Way.
Kelly, thank you. June is Men's Health Month. And outside of the everyday risks, hey, Kelly, see you later. The everyday risks they may take. Why do men have a lower life expectancy than women? A lot of you know the answer to that. We'll take a look at how to keep the men in your life around a little longer. That's next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Now don't you worry. I'm going to take real good care of your windows.
You need the experts at Feldco. Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2026. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast so you can enjoy your new windows all summer long. 2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
I'm Megan Tim, Director of Community Health at SSM Health. You may know us as healthcare providers, but we live here too. And as good neighbors, we know our community thrives when we take care of each other. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are sharing the keys to health. Watch for our expert information and advice on air, online, and at fun local events. Join SSM Health and News 3 Now, and together we'll unlock a healthier community by taking time for kids.
We wanted to be able to enjoy all 4 seasons, and patio enclosures helped us make that dream come true.
The one and only patio enclosures.
All month long here on Buzzed in Madison, we are celebrating Wisconsin farmers. That's right. This week, we're headed to Jazzy Jerseys in Lodi, and just maybe you'll get to see Lily right here on Buzzed in Madison. WISC TV3.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy in the Madison area. When you install solar panels on your property, you're protecting your future. You'd be surprised to learn how much energy you'll collect and how much money you'll save, whether you're considering a small roof mount system or large ground mount system. It doesn't cost you anything to find out if solar panels are right for you. Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy. Stop into our location near you. Learn more at olsonsolarenergy.com or give us a call.
We are Dane County. We are Madison, McFarland, Sun Prairie. We are Waunakee, Stoughton, Middleton, Deerfield, and everywhere in between. We are committed to being unique in supporting the value when families share the memories of family and friends at the loss of a loved one. We are Crest Funeral and Cremation Service. More than just a funeral home, we are the people you know and trust to help families before, during, and after the loss of a loved one. Learn more at crestfuneralservice.com.
It doesn't make big headlines. There's no scandal, no conflict. So you probably haven't heard about the Biden administration's work to lower costs, getting caps on the cost of medicine like insulin and inhalers at $35, and investing in American-made clean energy to lower power bills. If you don't know about it, join the club. It's not what the news is covering these days. But you can find out yourself how you can save some money.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. June is Men's Health Month, a time to maybe remind that guy in your life to take better care of himself.
The numbers show that men don't live as long as women, so why do men have a lower life expectancy? Jeff Wagner explains the challenges and how men can increase their lifespan.
It's a well-known fact that men, on average, don't live as long as women. Why do you think the life expectancy is lower for men?
They don't like going to the doctor or the dentist.
How do you know that?
My husband hates it.
Dr. David Hilden chairs the Department of Medicine at Hennepin Healthcare.
For over 100 years, for pretty much the entirety of the 20th century, men have not lived as long as women, primarily because of heart disease and cancer. The second would be lung cancer, and it's almost exclusively because men smoked more.
Currently, the life expectancy for a man in the U.S. is 74.8 years. For women, it's 80.2, a difference of a little more than 5 years. But back in 2010, the gap was smaller, just 4.8 years. Meaning, despite modern medicine, men have struggled to shrink that difference.
Men are dying at higher rates than are women due to substance use, overdoses, and unintentional accidents.
The COVID-19 pandemic also caused a quick and steep drop in life expectancy.
They had more heart disease, more lung disease, then COVID hit them harder.
Life expectancy is back on the rise the further we get from the pandemic, a number that can keep growing with some simple lifestyle changes. What are the steps someone can take to increase their life expectancy?
Lead a less sedentary lifestyle.
That could be as rigorous as exercise or gentle as gardening. The point being, get your body moving.
Probably more is attributable to our diets than we realize.
A diet with lean meats, leafy greens, and less processed food is key for heart health.
Stress and mental health. I would really focus on those.
Lastly, see a doctor.
They can help you with your diet. They can help you with your blood pressure. They can help you to stay healthy.
And not just when something is wrong. Jeff Wagner, CBS News, Minneapolis.
Studies also find that white men have a higher life expectancy than black men. A final check on your First Warn forecast when we come back.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Jeep Grand Cherokee and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Here's to the Farm and Fleet dads, the ones who work hard and get the job done right, the ones who take pride in what they do and take the time to pass it on. This Father's Day, get your dad a gift he'll love, like these men's work and sport shorts, $19.99. 1-pound bags of Blaine's brand trail and snack mixes, 2 for $7. Get $40 instant savings on this DeWalt line trimmer and save 10% on WeatherGuard truck boxes. Rewards members save 15%.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
We've been everywhere. We've coated patios, pool decks, basements, hospitals, warehouses, walkways, man caves, churches, schools, airports, hotels, and garages. If it's concrete, TSR will coat it.
Are you happy with your lawn? At Natural Lawn of America, we believe a healthy, safer lawn is closer than you think. Our trained technicians will help your lawn build natural defense against weeds and pests. In addition to fertilizing and weed control, we offer core aeration and overseeding, with our proprietary blend strengthening your lawn, bringing air to the root soil and naturally crowding out weeds. Natural Lawn of America, your direct route to a healthier lawn, safer lawn care naturally. Call today for a free quote.
This is where all your dreams come true. You are the Moulin Rouge!
Madison's most spectacular night out is Moulin Rouge, the musical. Winner of 10 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. The New York Times calls it dazzling, gasp-inspiring. In Moulin Rouge, life is beautiful. Performances begin July 9th at Overture Center. Tickets at overture.org.
It's Empire Today's biggest sale, the 50-50-50 sale. 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that can cover the brightest shade of orange known to mankind in just one coat. It's only paint that will inspire you to write your masterpiece. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically. Paint.
Win a hand paint jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Jeep Grand Cherokee and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings, going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, Hunter Biden found guilty on 3 charges in the federal gun trial. Could he face prison sentencing just days before the election? The president's reaction. Plus, we speak to a juror from the case. That and more headlines tonight right here on the CBS Evening News.
Well, he ate more hot dogs than anyone for 16 years, and now he's saying no more. Joey Chestnut won't compete in this year's Nathan's famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest. Instead, he is representing a rival brand that sells plant-based hot dogs.
Major League Eating doesn't seem pleased with this decision. The organization issued a statement saying it wanted to let him compete in that new eating contest, but also participate in the Nathan's Showdown.
What will it be like without Joey Chestnut?
Without the
How
goats.
will we go on? All right, Kelly, final check of the forecast.
Yeah, we might see an isolated shower yet going through the next couple of hours, but right now just a couple showing up near Beaver Dam up toward Fond du Lac, but most of us quiet, and we'll actually probably see a little bit of sunshine here. Tomorrow things change, though, especially later in the afternoon and evening. We do have a first warning alert day. More strong storms Thursday. Looks kind of like a summery, stormy weather pattern setting up Father's Day into much of next week with 80s.
Getting warmer. Kelly, thanks. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.